So we're here, it's our first video. Like I said, we're going to be going over everything that we've done in class, plus some extra details I didn't get a chance to cover. And right now it's just going to be the knee cut pass that we looked at from class. So, my partner's going to start in a seated guard. And anytime he's here, my preference is to get him on his back. From here, he's dangerous, he can make grips, he can wrestle up, he can under my legs, and do all that. I can pass him from here, I can attack him here. I prefer him to be on his back. So one of the ways I can do that is just simply get low, push. But once I do that, I don't want to be here. I want to immediately get my C-cups right into his shins. He sits back up. Another way is obviously to get low, get a hold of an ankle. I can go to a shoulder, push, come up, and again, immediately get my grips right onto his shins. And the last way that I can get him onto his back, and this is a way that I can pass him as well, is just simply step around and force him to a supine. But any one of those can work. The most important thing is once I push him down, getting my C-cups here, getting my elbows in, and getting into a nice stance where I'm putting weight onto his legs. Now, what we looked at was getting one hand to the knee, one hand to the hip, and stepping a leg onto the inside. Now from here, I'm going to take my knee across the inside of his thigh, right to his hip pocket, like this, and the hand that's on the hip is going to shoot through for an underhook. Once I'm here, I'm going to continue to control his arm any way I can, whether it be at the wrist, if he's wearing the gi, the sleeve, or the tricep. And from here, I'm going to baseball slide right through, free my leg, and secure. And it's important that I'm here with my underhook, with control of his leg. Control of his arm. I can go hand on the inside. I can keep it here. I can come here, switch to his head, but I want that hip-to-hip connection. All right? Let's do that from a different angle. That way. Boom, so I'm here. Get him down. Right, one hand on the knee, one hand on the hip. I step into this sort of split squat position. And now from here, watch my hand on the hip shoots in deep. As I bring my knee across, my hip is going to stay heavy on his. If I knee cut all the way out here, he just gets his knee in and I lose the position. Baseball slide through and secure. So let's look at a couple situations here that we could run into, a couple problems, right? So this knee cut works really on any style of opponent, no matter what kind of guard they're giving you. I can do it fast, I can do it slow, but a lot of times when I go for it, if I get everywhere I want to get to, as I go to knee cut through, he's going to catch my ankle here. Yeah, like this. All right, so once he catches my ankle, I have a few options of how to deal with it. First option is I lean heavy onto him. I keep my underhook tight, I keep my pressure on him. I'm going to take my foot here. I'm going to put my foot right to his knee. I'm going to extend and free my foot. All right? That one more time. I go in, he catches. No problem, he's in a quarter guard here. There's really not a whole lot that he can do. I just simply take my foot, I can go to the bottom knee or to the top knee, whichever one, push, pull my leg. Another thing that I can do from there, boom, is once he catches this quarter guard, I can simply back step. So my leg here comes around right here to him, post on his leg, and begin the process of freeing my foot. Now from here, I pummel my feet around and end up on top. All right? Another situation we can run into is as I go to cut, he posts really heavy on my shoulder. Now we looked at doing a high step from here, which we definitely can do, but if I'm already in this split squat position and I really want to get my knee cut, there's other things I can do from here as well. So one of those things is just simply collapsing his frames. So if I see his elbow is pretty low, I can take my forearm right to the top of his elbow here. It's like his tricep, and I can collapse these frames here. And from here, I can collect his head and begin the process of knee cutting while I have head and arm control. I go in, he posts, and maybe his arm is here posting. From here, I put my hand to his elbow. I make a C-cup with my hand to his wrist. I'm going to punch here, and bring this in like this. Now from here, it's basically an underhook, so I can obviously knee cut through, but also, if you're a little more advanced, You can enter into front headlock situations, Kimura situations, but you can also just simply finish your kneecap. So, one more time. Boom. And frames. If I feel his frames are pretty low, again, the blade of my forearm right to his elbow. I keep it strong. I collapse right here like this. And now if I can, I shoot my hand through, lock my hands together, get my hips up high, and from here it's an easy thing to just knee cut right. Again, he's posting, and instead of going across, he's going here. It's a pretty easy thing for me to just go here, here, right? Like a scissor, chop this off, collect this in, go for my knee cut, or again, I can push this down, go into front headlocks. Like I'm gonna get crazy and start spinning into arm bars. But keep it simple and just get the pass. Another situation is as I go for the split squat, he's keeping his space between his hip really tight, and I'm unable to get my hand in there. All right? If I get here and I find myself in this position, this is most likely when we're going to start entering into our other passes. So I would start to bring him back to center, where I can go into my leg weave. I can come up here, bring my knee in, collect, and high step, which we'll go over in another video. Or, as he's here, really, really tight, I'm going to bring him back to center, and I'm going to try to punch my hand right through this spacer. So he's really tight. As I bring him back to center, chop my hand through, and come here. Now I have my underhook back, basically, so I can come across again, and I can knee cut. So one more time. I go here, he's tight. I can't get my underhook. I can either bring him back to center, start to enter into leg weave. I can bring my knee in, collect his head, push on his foot, enter into high step, or I bring it back to center, chop my hand through, punch it to the floor, and now I'm right back into my knee cut position where I can go from. All right, so that's our knee cut pass with some added details on what to do if they defend with these various defenses.